Alright guys, so this is the update video that we have been promising you. Today was the day that we got answers, and we're going to share them with you. Hi, I'm Jeremy.
And I'm Kelly.
Hey, I'm Joshua. My name's Jackson.
And this is Jonathan.
So,
We've been promising an update.
yeah. There's a reason it's been delayed. Multiple reasons it's been delayed. Mostly not due to us, mostly due to...
We wanted to have answers for you before we had any kind of a discussion with you.
Back in December, I was on the job and I injured my back. And I was out of work. I was told to stay home for 3 weeks.
While we dealt with figuring out how to navigate insurance and get him in to see a doctor.
Well, we'll start. So the day I got injured, the day after, the company I work for does an emerge test. An emerge test is an electrical, muscular, electronic
Basically,
test.
they stick those little electrode pads all over his body and make him do certain exercises, which shows what his body, the nerves in his body and the muscles in his body, how they're reacting.
So the company I work for does the emerge test before you're hired to get a baseline. And then if you claim injury or if you get hurt, they do the test again. Well, I got injured, and the very next day they did the emerge test, which proved the injury. And the doctors and people that were involved in the first emerge test mentioned that based on all of the stuff, that more than likely there was vertebrae or disc or nerve damage
Of some sort. They couldn't see what, they just, from the results on the test, it showed that there was more than likely that kind of an injury.
So what they did see with that test was the constant muscle spasms in my entire back. They saw the numbness in my legs and the pins and needle numbness in my arms. And so eventually they got me in to see a doctor. That was fun. They sent me to a doctor that didn't exist, and then they sent me to another doctor that was fired, and that place ended up taking me anyways. So that's who the doctor they've chosen for me is. And now, after that, insurance protocol dictated that they send me to physical therapy, even though they were advised against it, that it would make the condition worse with it not being muscular at all. And lo and behold, it made it worse. So it was making it worse, and they required 6 sessions at physical therapy. And so the physical therapist started scheduling multiple times a week to try to get it over with as fast as possible so that we could move on to find a solution. So then the rest of the protocol said that they wanted to do the massage therapy. And so the massage therapist did an evaluation and found the same thing, shocking, as the test and the physical therapist and the doctor, that it was nerve damage and disc damage.
Mm-hmm.
And so here we are with 3 professionals telling insurance that it's not muscular, it's disc and nerve damage. And so finally forced them into getting an MRI. Finally.
Even though they advised it on appointment 1, and insurance basically said no.
So now they're forced into doing it. So I end up doing the MRI, and they give me the results. There are multiple ruptured disc and multiple herniated disc. So that's where we're at now. They scheduled me with a spinal specialist, and that appointment was today.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there are multiple options for those issues. However, once again, the specialist told me that insurance requires to do the injections. They do the cortisone steroid injections directly into the disc, and it does not fix the problem. It only masks the pain.
Which is not the type of solution that we were hoping for.
No, I've never been one to mask pain. I'd like a solution. If there is going to be a solution, I do know that there is a chance that there will never be a solution. So if anybody has ever had the epidural injections, basically what it is it just masks the pain. It can last as short as 12 hours, and it could last up to a month or two. So basically what their solution is to mask the pain for the rest of my life.
Making it a chronic injury.
And not pursuing any further to see if there can be a solution at all. They just want to write it off in pain management.
That's where we're at now. We're trying to get a second opinion, but whether or not we're able to do that, we'll see.
Because while I would like the pain to go away, first and foremost, I'd like to see if this is fixable. I don't think that's unreasonable. If it is fixable, there are other options. If it's not fixable, then a pain management solution, it's the only way to do it, and that's fine. But I'd like to be able to figure out if there's a solution first.
We want to know that that really is the only solution rather than just assuming that's the only solution.
So it's probably why you've noticed that we haven't been doing any adventure videos with me in them, at least lately. So,
and it's also why we haven't moved forward on buying or ordering an RV, because we're
now stuck.
Are not able to leave at this point in the process. We are stuck where we are located until we have, and honestly, I don't even know until when. At this point, we kind of just feel like we're in a holding pattern, and it's really frustrating.
A forced holding pattern. So we'd like to keep moving, and we do have plans to keep moving, but right now we're not allowed to keep moving. We're pretty much hurry up and wait, and then wait some more.
Feels like every time we get a new appointment, it's like, okay, we're going to have answers on this date, and we don't have answers on this date. And then there's a new appointment, and oh, we're going to have answers on this date, and we don't have answers on this date. It's just been, almost 2 months now of not really having answers, just knowing that Jeremy's in a lot of pain, and that up to this point, they were not listening to the results. And so it's been really frustrating not having the answers that we've been wanting.
So in the end, as far as our goal of full-time RVing goes, that is still the plan.
Absolutely.
And whether they can fix it, we can continue on with our goal and getting to our goal. If they can't fix it, then there are multiple pain management solutions that can still allow us to achieve our goal. You just have to be a little bit more careful, but the goal is still on, the plan is still on. We just hit a rather large wall and kind of in a holding pattern for now, but we wanted to give you guys the update. I know we've been promising you this, and we wanted to know as much as possible before putting it out there. That way there was no incorrect information, or no misinformation. Even though we're currently stuck in a holding pattern, our goal is to still find a way to keep moving forward to our goal and to our dream of getting into an RV.
We just need to be patient right now.
Which neither of us are good at.
No. Every time we've made a huge life change, it's been, oh, we're going to move? Okay, let's move in 2 weeks. And those moves are like across the country. So that's why RV lifestyle is really good for us.
But as we always say, guys, whatever the next adventure is,
we are on to the next adventure.